Hello, my viewers. Welcome to Isaac Senior Uganda. Uh, I really appreciate my viewers. Thank you for viewing my videos, my subscribers. I appreciate the great work done. And to those that comment, may the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. And to those that have not yet commented, subscribed, shared, and liked my videos, please do so because I'm still bringing more and more things that I enjoying. So I've taken quite some time. Yeah, I can't forget uh, having some videos around. This channel is based on lifestyle, as I do always. Lifestyle, youth leadership, youth affairs, inspirational ideas and sessions. Because I'm a youth, so I don't forget to talk about the youth always. So in today's session, it's a great, inspiring, and it's more of it about the youth. Uh, when we talk about the youth members, what I know you don't forget about teenagers. First of all, a youth is someone, for example, to the Ugandan constitution, what we know that a youth is someone below the age of 45. So, in this context, all teenagers are youth, but not all youth are teenagers. I think you understand that. It's like all mothers are women, but not all women are mothers. All men, all fathers are men, but not all men are fathers. So that's the same concept here. That we have among the youth, we have teenagers, and we shouldn't forget to talk about teenagers because most of them are teenagers. And according to my country, where I come from, because I come live from Uganda, more of the youth are teens. When I say teens, I mean people under the age of 20, 19 and below. Yeah, they're teenagers. No, not 19, it's between 10 and 19. Those are the teens. And in Uganda, it's quite a big number. I can't estimate it because I'll tell you that next time. But thank you for all for viewing. Your subscription matters a lot. Your comments, your likes. Thank you very much, and continue with that spirit. So today I've come up with a theme. It's all about teenagers. Talk about a teen. I've explained that a teenager is someone between the age of 10 years and 19 years, according to my understanding, my research. Yeah, in brief, that's it. So these teenagers in Uganda, there are many other countries. Even in other countries, there are many because every time, for example, someone to be a teen by now should have been given birth 2015. Yeah, someone of 2015 and below, that one is a teen. Even 2016, yeah, because they have made 10 years, they have made 11, and so on. So, teens, they are very influential in the category of youth. They determine a lot, and they determine the way about the country and what the next generations. Because as we know that there is a saying that in our local language in Uganda, there is a saying that the young trees make the forest farm. So the teens are the young forests of the country, and when they grow strong, they make the country strong. So besides all of that, these teens have got problems. Yeah, teens have problems they face during their stages of growth, during their mental development. Uh, all the way, they have problems. That's all I can tell you. And today I've come to share about the problems that teens have faced during their teen period and what causes these problems. Because what we know, any problem comes after a certain cause of it. So as you know that diseases that malaria is caused after someone being infected by a mosquito biting you, the germs spread and so forth. Uh, you know that dysentery, cholera, and so what forth is due to hygiene issues. That forth. So also problems that the teens face come as a result of some causes. And today, I've come to share these problems that teenagers face. Uh, so, without wastage of time, I know people would like to know these problems, I'm sure. So, these problems have their causes and they are quite, and some people don't take them serious. Some people don't take them serious at all. Uh, these things, first of all, the problem that teens face. You remember these teens go to school. Yeah, they study. They go to school, different primary, upper primary, lower secondary, upper secondary. Yeah. So the most problem was, for example, in Uganda, we have a lot of learning hours, and our learning terms are quite long. Like in a year, we study 9 months, all 9 months at school. So we study from February, March, April, then have a break or a holiday in May, then they go back June, July, August, have a short break, then September, October, November, then they break off December for the festive seasons. So most of the time, these things are school. And at school, of course, all of us we know that we go to school to learn. The teachers teach us, and all after the teaching and so forth, there is what we call exams. And what do these exams create as a problem to the teen? And these exams create what we call academic pressure. Academic pressure. When I talk academic pressure, um, what what's academic pressure? It's this pressure that uh, anyone who has ever gone to school know about this. It's like now telling a father or a mother or someone that you go back to school. That someone will tell you, will compare something, would say, I rather go do something hard than going back to school. What's the reason behind their saying of that? It's because of the academic pressure. Because when the things are hard, there is that pressure that is inside academics. So one of the first problems that teenagers face is academic pressure. Academic pressure is caused due to the following: a stress of grades. Yeah, when you are studying, you are graded after exam period. So those grades they bring stress. I told you if you don't perform well, in in the process of fighting to get better grades, really struggle a lot. For example, in Uganda, I remember last year. hmm, I'm a Vakist. I'm a senior. I've just graduated from my senior six. But last year it was hot on my side. The academic pressure was beyond, because I remember I could sleep at around 4 a.m., wake up at 7, run to school, study all day, read up to 10, have a short break, come back at like 1 a.m. reading in order, because our syllabus is kind of wide. So I had to stress over to get some good grades. And I thank God that, yeah, we did it. I did it. I thank God for that. But just know the academic pressure was high. I was stressed. Uh, Even my body, I grew somehow thin. Nowadays, I've gained some weight. Yeah, I've gained some weight, but way back, it was somehow not good. Reason being, and especially this happened to the candidates P7, Senior 4s, and Senior 6 here in Uganda. These people, the reason why they are called candidates, they are registered to sit for national exams, what we call the UNEB, in short, Uganda National Examination Board. Those are the exams that decide a candidate or a student in Uganda that you are done with primary, now you are going to secondary, you are done with lower secondary, you are going to upper secondary. So, yeah, stress of grades, because the stress of grades, it would not be a problem, but where it becomes a problem, parents expect a lot from us. And now the problem comes in that things are not coming out well, but your parents are expecting, uh, like for example, Isaac, parents are expecting you to be the best, and you are seeing things are not coming out really. So you get that stress of fighting hard and hard and hard. Yeah. So this creates that academic pressure. It's a really big problem. If you know that academic pressure was a problem or it's still a problem to you, comment, and we shall see the next video how to fight academic pressure, we can have solutions for it, because it's really a general problem to all of us teenagers. So without wastage of time, uh yeah, because academics here in Uganda, for example, for UNEB, they take your papers after doing them. You don't know who marks them. They grade them from there, whether they grade the right thing or the wrong thing. No one knows. You just see the results back after like 3 4 months. You just see your results back. Yeah. So we are still continuing. So we are going to the second problem faced by teenagers. I'll I'll basically give examples here in Uganda, because I'm coming live from Uganda, so I don't know what takes place in other regions or countries in the world. Another thing is mental health struggles. Yeah, someone when I talk about mental health, it's all about the brain. Yeah, the brain. To those that studied biology to the high levels, yeah, I dropped biology after my O level. Yeah, I decided to go with physics and math, so I couldn't pile up with biology. But the little I know is that mental health, it connects, there are issues with the brain, whatever the nervous system, whatever the case may be. Yeah, I remember that kind of coordination on level. So the comment section below, comment about what you know about mental health issues. So what's the problem with these mental, what's the main problem with it? It's one of them, we have anxiety. Most of the teens are anxious. Yeah, when I say anxious, I mean like uh, being over, is it like overjoyed of something, over like expecting something and having high expectations. Yeah, and at the end of the day, that thing either disappoints or does not go well. So you find you find the teen struggling with such kind of problem, like she over welcomes something, or she's over enjoyed because of something it's going to happen. Yeah, some people might not see it as a problem, but it's not always good, and but it overwhelms the teenagers. Most of the teenagers have this feeling, and the reason it's because the brain is brain is still uh, growing, the impulses are still growing, and when you are over anxious about something, the impulse control, when still developing, may like it's not always good as advised by uh, the health care, health personnel. So uh, being anxious over some things. There is being anxious on the negative side and the positive side. So it's two way. Then we have depression. Yeah, most of the youth are disturbed by depression. Someone is depressed of something, quarrels around, bullying, and so what, which when you get depressed, things don't go on well. And according to different teenagers and where they have grown up from, everyone, everything has something that brings a depression. Maybe for you, when they are mad at you or someone pisses you off, you get depressed. Uh, you are broke, you get depressed. Yeah, most cases when you don't have money. For example, these people, the youth above 20 can understand. Yeah, teens may be still relying on mom and dad, aunties, guardians, grandparents, but to an extent, when you feel at home, there is a time, though you are still young, but you reach an extent when you understand each and everything going on home. Then you hear like mom and dad saying, money, money, money. Nowadays, money is lost. I don't know how children are going back to school and such kind of stuff. I don't know what to do. I only have money for this money of this is not around, what. So, as a child, that's why some parents, when they are talking about such issues, they tend to speak at low voices, or low tones, or they discuss them when these children are not at home, or these teens are not at home, because they know if you children, the teens, hear this, you get depressed, and depression, uh, it brings about mental illness. Yeah, research about that and comment in the comment section. So we also have among mental health struggles, some teens have low esteem. They cannot, like, their self-esteem is low. They cannot speak for themselves. They are shy, and so that for so this is because maybe most of them uh they, they grew up not speaking to people. They grew up in like they grew up in fences and get inside indoors. So you find someone cannot speak to people, cannot speak to the public. When you reach in the public, you get shy. It's like everyone is looking at you. So that's also a problem that teenagers face. So leaving alone mental health struggles, we shall go on when we talk about peer pressure. Yeah, teenagers, there is a group of teenagers. So when teenagers are in groups at school, at home, when you're back for holidays, you remember these people are kind of the same age. One is having 11, 12, 13, 14. So their mindset is running at the same rate in most cases. But where the problem comes from, it's when someone joins a bad peer group. And all parents advise their children that are teens need to join those groups, because they just know when someone joins that group, it's over for that person. So these groups are when you're a teen and you have that peer pressure, you like copying friends. Yeah, you like copying what your friends are doing. So if someone is smoking, man, you bring I test also. How is it? Bring I feel it also. Someone tells you that when you do this, you feel vibe. Yeah, when you smoke, you feel vibe, you feel like you own your home. So, and yet the things like those things of quick, those things that come quickly. So, someone says, when I smoke, I own the home. Just smoking, bring I try it, man. So, uh, the teens face a problem of peer pressure, which is not always good. That's why parents advise their children not to join peer groups, and this one brings about uh, risky behaviors, uh, dirty behaviors like robbery. You find someone joining a group is well mannered, but within a time, someone starts stealing, smoking, using drugs uh, inappropriately. So you find this person perishing slowly by slowly. So that's a problem. And hello, yeah, we are still we are heading to the third and to the no to the fourth problem faced by the teenagers. So the fourth problem we have we have body image issues. When I talk about body image issues, it may sound not so that a problem, but it's a problem in its own ways and it has got causes. First of all, how is it a problem? When we grow as teenagers, uh, between the age of 10 and 19, there are many body changes that we go through. Going through puberty, adolescent, there is a primary stage, secondary stage. So body changes happen and we change in our body shapes, uh, in our mental like development. We change in many ways mentally and physically and emotionally as well. So how is it a problem that uh, on this, for example, on this social media that has been that it has broke through? Uh, everyone is posting, yeah, everyone posts himself, herself. Parents post their children. Uh, yeah, even the teens themselves post themselves. So how is it a problem? Body image issues. Yeah, I may grow up because God is the one who created. So I may grow up with a different image, different figure, different style, and due to the internet breakthrough, some people will start commenting the way they want. Yeah, you don't have this. You have a big head. You have a big a big ear. I have big eyes. You have small eyes. Like insulting someone on the internet, and thereby we cannot go away from it because now it's the only thing that it's trending. So we find the teenagers, even not only on the internet but to the schools they go to for schooling. You find the bullies, the teachers. Some teachers insult the teens by their body images. Even some parents, yeah, even some parents, when you do something wrong, you find a parent blasting something and you look like this. That's why you have a big head, and so that, and this one, it's a problem because it also also develops depressions uh, among the youth, and you find someone not really feeling him or herself because of this. So this is also a problem that is disturbing the youth in Uganda. Not only in Uganda, but because according to what I've been seeing, yeah, not only in Uganda, almost everywhere. Yeah, because God created us in different images. Yeah. So when I don't look good for you, you decide to insult me in any way you see. And that insult develops a depression to me. If I take them serious or I consider them, then of course depression will bring about mental illness, which is a problem already. I think you see how it flows. So for the image issues, yeah, that's how it's a problem, and it causes uh, posting or uh, ourselves on social media for the for viewers to see and find someone not interested, or someone stressed is on internet doing something just blasts you, uh, thinking that he's making him or herself happy. You know, internet nowadays, someone can go in internet stressed and find something that has not pleased him or her, in just comments the way he or she likes. So the teens, yeah, have faced such a problem, not only in Uganda but I think worldwide. Yeah, then we have another problem called family conflict. Yeah, family conflicts. You know, these things are at a stage of mental development. So when a family is having a conflict, either between mom and dad, especially mom and dad, yeah, you find some parents divorcing, some parents fighting, abusing each other, and all this, it has a way it affects the teens. How? There is a generation gap, first of all, between the parents and the children. First of all, you may the, the generation gap are the years, like the parents are ahead of us. So you may do something which is not right, but according to your parent thought in her mind or in his mind thought that you would do something better. Now, if you fail to do it, then we'll handle you the way he's handling his or her age mate. And you find that a problem resulting into a family conflict. You, why don't you do this? You find like there is abusing, there is caning, punishments, whereby if you are told that parent first looked at your age or the generation you are in, that's not their generation they were in, there would be some kind of communication. Because now, most especially like me, I uh, granny at home, mommy at home, you find granny saying, "But for me, your mother was not like that. Why are you doing this?" So that generation gap and the generation changes that have happened make us the teens now, make them different from the teens that were the teens of the years 1990. You get, are very different, are having different behaviors and mindsets than the teens of 2015 and below. So you find that generation gap causing family conflict between the parent and the child. So uh, another thing, family conflict, how does it affect the how is it a problem to the youth, to the teenagers? As I told you before, parents are fighting, divorcing, abusing each other. So as you a teen at home, this one creates what we call like it creates depression also. It creates depression. You find someone tired of living at home. For example, when I was in senior two, we reached going back home because I was in body. Reached the term had ended, so we had to go back home. And I had a fellow of mine who was saying, "So you guys, you're happy you're going back home, but I wouldn't like even this to happen for me to go back home. Then I was like, why? Why don't you want to go back home? Then his answer was like, you know what? At home things aren't good. Mom and dad are always apart, are always not in good terms. So me as a child, it triggers me, traumatizes me. So it was a problem to that friend of mine, and whereby you cannot say that this problem, someone needs total attention for it to be solved. So, and parents, when they are in their conflicts, they don't care. Some parents don't care. Some parents first take away their children, then they blast themselves. Maybe let me say it like that. But some parents they just fight in front of of the children, abuse themselves, quarrel. So, but this one brings depression among the children, and you find it as a problem for the teenagers. So, going ahead to, I think that's the sixth problem: social media addiction. As I've told you, in our generation, you're in a generation of we are in a generation of social media breakthrough. Social media has has went almost everywhere. It's everywhere. Social media is everywhere now, not only in Uganda but all parts of the world. So, how is it a problem? First of all, it has created addiction. Yeah, addiction. How? We have our favorite apps as teenagers. Number one of them, it's very hard to find a teenager having a phone without TikTok. It's really hard. I've seen my sisters, my siblings at home. The moment mom handed them like this their phones, have your phone is here. Have your phone, it's here. That's the moment he or she looks for TikTok. And what does this bring about? TikTok, yeah, we know that it has good videos, interesting, funny videos, comedy, songs, movies, and such. So every time someone is scrolling, and this creates addiction, you find yourself saying, "No, I'll take only 2 minutes doing this," but you find yourself taking 3 hours on TikTok because of that, because it has created the addiction. Now you are addicted. You find someone without his or her phone, the day is not good. The day you find electricity off, it's the day you will know that people are around home. It's the day you know that people are stressed. It's the day you know that people are feeling really bad. Electricity is off, so their phones have run out of battery. Internet is off, or there is poor internet. You find everyone quarreling at home. Hey, what has happened to this internet? Why is it like this for me? I was watching my videos, I was gaming, I was doing what? So it creates this addiction, and whereby this addiction is not really good because there are some things we can live without, but there are some things we shouldn't make ourselves live without. Yeah, I know someone cannot live without food, cannot live without water. Yeah, but now we find adding some things, getting addicted to some things. If you don't watch TikTok, if you don't, mm, if you don't watch TikTok, if you don't game, your life is done. You find someone really somehow even feeling fever because he or she did not watch TikTok. And how is it a problem? Social media addiction create uh, brings about laziness. You find because find someone 24/7 scrolling, sitting, uh, sleeping, but on phone scrolling. So it brings about laziness. You start saying, I'll do this one later. Let me first watch my movie. I'll do this one later. Let me first watch my video. Watch some TikTok videos like 20, like what. I'm not saying that they are bad, but when someone gets addicted, it's good to watch them because we learn a lot from them. But you find someone, when he or she is watching, it becomes an addiction. She can't live without it, whereby it will make the costs high because every time you must have data or internet which is paid for. For example, in countries like Uganda, we pay for data. Yeah. There's some countries, the advanced ones, like the first class countries, data is not something big, but here, yeah, only 1,000 Ugandan shillings you get from the MTN line. Is it 170? And if you're watching TikTok, it does not even take you 5 minutes when that one's done. So you find people every day spending like 2 GB, which is a high cost because a GB is at 3,000. So you find someone spending 6,000, a teenager. Remember, teenagers, most of the teenagers in Uganda are not working, they based on their parents. So you find people are not thinking, are not sitting down to think what to do next, but always on the internet, always scrolling videos on different apps. I just gave TikTok as an example, but there are many different apps. Uh, and the next is financial stress. Where does financial stress come in? Although I said before that these people don't work. Yeah, they don't work, but some do. Because for example, when you clock 18 in Uganda, you're allowed to be employed by someone. But to some things, I've started working even before 18 due to the demand around them. When you find a teen is 15 years, uh, is paying her school fees or his school fees, so that teen has to work. Yeah. So the moment that teen is not having money, feels he or she is no one, because maybe the parents are not in position to do everything for him or her. So that teen has to stand in. At this young age, or at this tender age, or at the teen age, you find someone looking for 600K, 500K. When I talk about 500K, 600K, this is above $100. Yeah, because I think 700K, those are like $200. So when I talk about 300, 35, 400, I'm already above $100. So you find a teen is looking for that money while studying, must go to school. By school we go from Monday to Friday, some schools to Saturday, and other schools to Sunday. So you find you have to get time for work. You find someone goes to school Monday to Friday, then breaks off Saturday and Sunday, that person is working. So if things don't turn up between the period that person has planned, you find this person having financial stress because has to pay for the shelters, pay for the school fees, the eating, the drinking, and stuff, medication. Because you have them in Uganda, and it's a big problem to them. I've studied with some. You try as a fellow team, but you can't really satisfy that person. You can't really help as it's needed because you are also a team and you are also not working. You just depend on some people. So that's also a problem in Uganda for the teens and in other countries. Just basically, I'm more experienced with some parts of Uganda. So uh, another problem is bullying. Yes, many teens are bullied. Remember, I told you first of all, these teenagers, most of them are at school. They school. So on different at different stages, in school, they get bullied. Uh, there are two kinds of bullying. There is bullying at school, and also since then the social media has a wide it has a wide percent or a big percentage of these teenagers. You also find cyberbullying among cyberbullying is like internet bullying. It's all about internet. So at school they get bullied by people who have gone to school. There are some of those bullies, the big boys, big girls that are above their age. Find someone 18 of 12, 13. Find some people of 19, 18. So they have those acts they do, like someone comes to your dormitory, you give me some 1 spoon of sugar. For example, for me when I was still in senior one at a certain school in Wachiso, one guy came from Form 6 and I was in Form 1. He came, yo, hello, young man, how are you? And you remember when you enter that period, you are too friendly. You are too friendly. Then someone says, how are you doing? Can you help me with 1 spoon of sugar? I said, only one like this. I'll even give you two because I had like 3 kilograms of sugar. So I removed my spoon to get for him some. The guy said, no, 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 not using that spoon. I have my own spoon. I said, come again. I have my own spoon. Him pulling out the spoon, it was not this teaspoon Milo. It was a big spoon that could take like a quarter at once. Then I told him, no, 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 no. You're not using that spoon. I'm using my spoon. I said, young man, do you know who you are talking to? Can you do what I've said? But uh, God was on my side. There are some fellow colleagues of mine, and he was one, and we were many in the room. I just shouted for help. I said, hey, this one wants to take my sugar by force. What? My fellow students came. So we dealt with him the way we planned to deal with them because we went to school knowing that they are bullies. So as senior ones, we are many in the dorm, and he was one, so he couldn't fight us. And it was somehow night, so he switched off the bulbs. Yeah, as he was trying to get out, we locked the door, and we had this tendency of throwing shoes to the door to the door corner. So he was hiding in the door corner. So every shoe found him there. So, but for some people that uh, for some bullies kinda hard to deal with, just that one was not smart and found us smarter than him. So uh, teens have a problem of bullies at school, even some at home, because you may be a teen but have your some there are some elder brothers and sisters that have that bully tendency. The bully find him slapping the sibling for no reason, or the other one has refused to do something small, find the other one caning, slapping, kicking because the parents are not around. So that's also a problem to the teenagers. Yeah. So so far that's what I can say about problems that teenagers face. In the comment section below, if you have had anything that it's a problem for the teenagers and you know about it, you can comment. And if I have skipped or left out something according to my research, you can also write it in the comment section below. Yeah, to continue uh, making others aware of uh, different problems that teenagers face, both in Uganda and outside Uganda. Yes, because I was giving examples in Uganda, it's because I'm coming live from Uganda, Kampala, the capital city, the pearl of Africa. So I have nothing much to say past this. For this session, I would like to end it from here by saying that continue watching the videos, subscribing, sharing, and liking. Yeah, it has been a wonderful time with you discussing the problems faced by teenagers. Yeah, the next video we shall be having more and more about teenagers. We shall also have the solutions so soon. Yeah, so stay tuned. Subscribe to Isaac Senior Uganda. Uh, Anything God should keep my subscribers, to those who have subscribed, and those that have not yet subscribed also subscribe. Not only those subscribers, but anyone who is watching my videos, who's listening, and who is commenting, liking, and sharing, and everyone who uses this app. God should keep on protecting you, because He's the only person you have knowing our next steps that we don't know our own self. So, love you people. Thank you for subscribing. I won't get past this. I remain Isaac Senior Uganda. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. Meet in my next video.